Okay, at the conclusion of Chucker number 3, it will be halftime. We will invite everybody out of the field to walk around, stretch your legs, put back a few divots. A chance to visit the polo field firsthand.
So he puts it through, and so that's the 6th goal to Hong Kong China. And we'll go back to centre field for a throw-in. You may have noticed that after each goal is scored, the players change end. I think we pointed that out before. That's just to ensure that any difference in the weather conditions, particularly wind or when it's raining, that horses don't like running into the wind and certainly not into the rain, so they it's a bit of an advantage certainly if you've got it on your back. Today there's just a slight breeze, wouldn't make much difference, but just to ensure that if the conditions change, we do change ends after each chucker is scored, so the teams get a run into the wind or with the wind behind them throughout the chucker. So in the middle now, finally, it's, well no, I think there's been a whistle because they're not going anywhere fast with this. So Mark Tomlinson bringing the ball down to the 60-yard line. And so a little infringement occurring in the line out there. Does happen when you're getting a closely marked situation like this, as players peel off to go with their man they're marking, and sometimes in doing so they'll drag their horse across the line, particularly when the ball goes clean through the line out and is not stopped. So pretty critical penalty here for England. If they can get this one with only about 24 seconds gone in the chucker, that will pull them back to 2 goals of difference. 2 goals is surprisingly not as intimidating as 3 goals, because you can usually count on hitting a couple of goals per chucker. So if you start to dominate a little in a chucker, you can pretty much get 3 goals. This has been quite a high-scoring game, though, because we've had 9 goals so far. As I said, normally you expect about 4 per chucker, so 9 goals. Well, this one, we had 8 goals, really. So that's about standard, each team hitting a couple of goals. Here comes James Byam, puts the ball high in the air. He's a wonderful penalty hitter. And no, I think that was Ollie Cudmore took that one. So he's, well, the goal umpires, disc went up, but the umpires have overruled it, and they've said no, it's gone wide. So it will be Hong Kong China to hit in. John Fisher, not the best hit he's had all day after hitting 5 goals, but he just dribbles the ball forward, and I think he might have given away a penalty in doing that. Ollie Cudmore came hurtling down the line there. Jeff Fisher just mishitting the ball on the hit in from the back line. It's the first mistake he's made all day, but anyway, we're all human. And now it's an open goal, free hit on the spot. James Harper is able to dribble this in because it's a hit on the spot, and he'll tap it through the goal. So they are able to convert the penalty, and it comes back to 2 goals the difference, 6 goals to 4 now in favour of Hong Kong China.
James Harper puts it on through. It's now 6-4.
So in play it goes again. Backhand there by Chris McKenzie. Off the back of the ruck is covered by Ollie Cudmore. He turns the ball around the corner, now takes it forward, and he and McKenzie, the 2 number 1s, but Cudmore's got a bit of speed in this pony, and he just takes the ball down to the 60-yard line. It's backed out there by Jose Donoso, but it hits a pony, bounces up in front of James Byam. Byam pushed it out towards the sideline. Plenty of red shirts going to squeeze him into this one, and it's picked up by John Paul Clark, and he takes it up along the sideline. Turned around there by Ollie Cudmore, but Clarkin comes through once again. Now picked up by McKenzie. McKenzie's shot down to the halfway line. Ollie Cudmore can't come in on that one, but it looks like James Harper can. And no, it's Mark Tomlinson actually who turned that one. Now it's Harper. Harper's up there on the end of the pass. He'll take back up over the halfway line, bring it to the attacking zone. In comes James Byam. Byam puts the ball down into the right-hand corner, but he's in possession of it still, or is he? No. There's been another whistle. As I said, this is a game where players marking one another hard. The fouls are occurring with players thinking they've got time or room to move in, but then the umpires saying, and I said that's not a severe penalty, it's just a hit on the spot, a penalty 5. So as I said, it's occurred in the run of play, nothing deliberate, not particularly dangerous, but where it intimidates a player who looks up and sees another player coming and he has to pull back, that usually means he's going to lose the shot. So the umpire said, well, we'll give it back to you where it happened, and all the other side can have to go back in defence. Then they can't hang around near the goal just in case. They have to come back, so even if they get possession of the ball, it's a long way to go from here. Look, John Fisher, a fantastic lofted drive by John Fisher down in front of the goal. In comes Donoso. Donoso puts the 7th goal on the board, but again, you look, you can put that down to John Fisher's approach shot as much as... Well, no, wait a minute. I think the goal umpire, once again, the umpires have overruled it. So it's 7 goals. I think it's still only 6-4 because they're hitting in from the back line. So obviously the umpires have decided that... so a big sigh of relief breathed by England as the score goes back to 6-4. They're still in this game with 2.5 chukkers to go, basically, and it's going to be James Harper running the ball down the sideline for England. And eventually, James Harper picks the ball up and takes it forward. Now looking to go under the neck from there. And he's got hold of the neck shot. He puts it high in the air, but I think that's gone well out to the right of the post. So no score results. It's 6-4 still in favour of Hong Kong, China. So John Fisher will play the ball from the back line for Hong Kong. And he just brings it straight up the field. He's looking to see if Ollie Cudmore's coming. Ollie Cudmore's not, so he unloads, lets it go. John Paul Clark, and on the end of the pass, takes it out to the boards. Looking for Donoso, but in comes Clarkin and Bime. Bime takes Clarkin off the ball, but Donoso puts it onto a pony's foot, and it bounces out over the sideline. So Cody Forsyth to throw the ball in. Gets caught up amongst the number 2s. Dug out there by, well, Harper's actually playing in the 2 position. Ollie Cudmore's decided to walk. Not quite, he got a big bump and tipped him out of the saddle, but he landed on his feet. So, let's give him a round of applause. No harm done. Ollie Cudmore. You can see there he just, as he was coming through, the horse tipped and spun him around, and out of the saddle he goes. So players taking an opportunity while Cudmore just checks that everything's okay. Might have got a bang in the mouth from the horse's head there, and I'll just wait and see. He didn't fall or anything, just landed on his feet, but he might have had the wind knocked out of him when that, I think another horse's head actually hit him on the way round, so. 6 goals to 4. So Hong Kong, China in the lead, but England have managed to come back at them most of the time. And don't forget, as well today, we have part of the Youth Super Nations Youth Cup. Second of the semi-finals to be played this afternoon between England and South Africa. So, Cody Forsyth and Ollie Cudmore. Cody would have played a lot of polo with Ollie Cudmore's father, Rob, over the years. Cody originally from New Zealand, went to 8 goals at the peak of his career, and then
will resume play with Bowen right here.
And spent most of the time playing in England. So the ball will be thrown in towards the sideline by umpire Daniel Badu. In it goes. Caught up amongst the number 2s. No, the number 3s eventually. John Paul Clarkin gets the first shot at it, but it's going to be turned backwards there by Mark Tomlinson, who puts it up to James Harper. Harper tries to bring the ball out of the ruck. Chris Mackenzie's little shot there is met by Ollie Cudmore, so that little fall didn't do him any harm. He's really got the ball going now. He gets a big bump from John Paul Clarkin, who tucks the ball out on the near side, pushes it out towards the sideline. In comes Harper. He's taken off the ball by Mackenzie. Picked up by James Bime. Bime pushing the ball out towards the sideline. Who's next to it? Looks like it might be Harper in there. So caught now out of the back of the ruck. Comes James Bime, puts it down to the left-hand side of the post. So it remains 6 goals to 4. Hong Kong China in the lead. So John Fisher will get a bit more practice from the hitting in from the back line. Let's see what he does with this time. It is taken. Well, he cuts it out towards the boards, bounces off nicely. Clarkin's there to get onto the line of this one. He'll loft it, puts it down in front of, well, doesn't quite get over to Donoso. That's what he was looking for. He and James Bime have gone way out to the left, so Mark Tomlinson has to chop a little backhand around. James Harper turning up. Chris Mackenzie's first one there. He looks to see where his red-shirted players are and can't see much of the way in a backhand shot there, but John Fisher decides to take it down the boards. James Bime's read that nicely. His shot will put it high in the air and out. So the throw-in will occur now.
Umpire Forsyth lines the players up once again.
Everybody back and lining up, and in it goes right through the ruck. The number 3's got a crack at it. John Paul Clarkin taps it on the near side. Now turns it up, trying to get it up in front of goal. It's cleared there by Bime. James Bime takes it along the 60-yard line out towards the side, getting it away from the goal. Goes under the neck, and I think he's put it out once again. So not saying they're deliberately playing defensively because they're running behind, but they don't want Hong Kong China to get down in that goal scoring. So there's the halfway mark, and we'll do a little bit of divot treading to even up the field. A wonderful day for a walk on a polo field. Hong Kong China 6, England 4. Nothing in that chukker really. Both teams were playing it pretty tight, not nearly as fast as the second chukker. And that's maybe because England, I think, probably decided to play just a little bit more defensively, mark their man a bit harder, and it made it difficult for the Hong Kong team to get that spread they were getting with John Fisher coming through from the back and hitting the ball a long way up through the centre. So he had Ollie Cudmore marking him pretty tightly. Here's a part of that second chukker.